Bridie.
Hi,
How are
Indra.
you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
How are you?
Hey, I developed this bioplastic, and normally we use this petroleum-based food packaging plastic. Can you help me to check how actually my new development here can impact the environment?
What a fantastic question. And yeah, we can totally test those questions using fish as a model organism if that works. Yeah. Yeah, this is really exciting, and it's an interesting question because traditionally petroleum-derived plastics have been used to ask whether or not plastic pollution is affecting marine taxa. Yet there's very little research on biodegradable plastics, and are they in fact the silver bullet to pollution that we all believe them to be? And we'll be able to test that question. Fish that we use to answer this question is the mottled triple fin, super abundant in the intertidal area. And what's important about this little fish, note the word little, it's small, but there's lots and lots of them in the environment. And so they're really important for some food webs, providing a food source for things like blue cod in the South Island or snapper in the North Island. So yeah, we could basically expose the fish to food that's dosed with either the biopolymer here, or it's been dosed with this petroleum-derived plastic here. So you can see the acceleration, how fast it swims, and how far it swims, as well as its reactivity. How quick did it react to that weight coming through? So I'll show you what I mean. This is going frame by frame.
Yes.
So you can see that weight has struck the surface of the water here, and what's going to happen is that this fish will detect that movement by this visual system, causing it to swim away in the opposite direction. It's a behaviour that's evolved to propel a fish away from a predatory threat. The reason why we measure swimming behaviours and how they might be affected by different stresses, such as different plastics, is because this fish, which is an important food source for many larger fish, may become easier to catch. Okay, exposure to stresses can affect swimming performance and the rate of swimming speeds. The slower you are, as you can imagine if you're a wee fish, the more likely you are to get caught. If lots of these get caught by larger predators, it could lead to decreases in overall population numbers, which eventually would lead to a decrease in food for those larger predators, things that are more important commercially, such as blue cod, for example. So yeah, you can use this assay to measure if there's any response to an environmental stressor, chemicals, components that might be in different polymers, or bioplastics.
Is there any future for this bioplastic?
We thought that the petroleum-derived plastic would have a greater effect, but in fact they both act in a very similar way. Both of them cause an effect on the behaviour of the fish, meaning that their swimming behaviour is reduced, and therefore you could imply that some of them may be more prone to predation.
Is that any big effect in food chains?
It's difficult to say at this level because it is a single experiment and it is one species that we've tested. I think it's a really important step forward, right? Of course it is if it reduces reliance on petroleum-derived plastics. However, I think more work is needed in order to test whether or not the response we see is common across other species. And so this work's really ongoing and developing.
Thank you, Bridie. So there's a big collaborations in the beginning, so we will continue collaborate to keep our environment and also sustainability around the food productions. So thank you, Bridie, for your time.
Thank you, appreciate it.